Western society. The reason why Western societies are breaking up because family as an institution is dying. As an institution is dying. Almost every friend that I have abroad is divorced. Almost everybody. And their children are real sufferers. I have known of a friend who's got a dear friend whose daughter married, went on honeymoon, came back and wanted a divorce. What do you do with these children? Should the court not put a stamp on it? Rightly says now people don't want to marry, they want to have living relationship. That's out of it's not out of choice, it's out of compulsion because they know that if we do get married and if we do have to separate, there is no way we can separate. So Lord, it is a very serious social challenge. Lord, I will begin, Lord, with Lord, in all humility. Please don't misunderstand me. But Lord, one principle your Lordships both have Lord very affirmatively rooted in your jurisprudence is that Lord, under our constitution, nobody is imperial in imperial, not even the Supreme. And another principle that your Lordships have always Lord passionately advocated is that be so ever high, you are always under the law. Lord, I respectfully submit that Lord, it's amusing to hear that being in marriage violates Article 21, as Mr. Sybil very passionately put it. Whatever, however good or bad marriage may be, marriage is a marriage, it doesn't violate Article 21. Everybody is concerned about what the delays in the family. Nobody can dispute that. So then, Lord, every laborer must be allowed to come here directly. Every under trial prisoner must be allowed to come here directly. Every convicted prisoner who has filed appeal should be allowed to come here directly. Every litigant who is not before a civil court and languishing for 10-20 years for justice to come to him should be allowed to come here directly. However, Lord, modern we may be today in our approach to marriage, Lord, as they say, marriages are made in heaven. Lord, however, Lord, challenges you may have, Lord, our society, Lord, look at it this way. Your Lordships have a vast experience of Western society. The reason why Western societies are breaking up because family as an institution is dying. As an institution is dying. Almost every friend that I have abroad is divorced. Almost everybody. And their children are real sufferers. The reason why this procedure is provided is for pulling is to rethink and rethink. And in large number of cases, as your Lordships might not necessarily call rightly observed, many a times Lord couples want to get back to each other. So in a hurry, just because two of them are not wanting to reconcile, they present a petition to Supreme Court and say pass a decree under 142.
The way I told, I don't know whether you were here, that my experience of the last 5 years is a little troubling in terms of the profile of the petitions coming in, transfer petitions or otherwise which we are doing, in the time period of marriage. I felt if a data is collected, on a thumb rule, almost 50% are cases of 0 to 3 marriages. I mean, within 3 years of marriages, ostensibly the marriages are
But I have known of a friend who's got a dear friend whose daughter married, went on honeymoon, came back and wanted a divorce. What do you do with these children? Should the court not put a stamp on it? I mean, are these marriages so casual that
one day stomped out of after the marriage and never worked.
Nothing, there was nothing
and
that boy did to her.
No, this is not only the troubling part is these are not only arranged marriages. They include what may be classified as love marriages.
Yes.
They include marriages after people have stayed together pre-marriage in a Indian context in a non-conventional way. Then married after spending a couple of years together, but still have not worked out. So there is.
Correct. I agree with Lord. But Lord, as I said, Lord, everybody look at Lord today. Your Lordships have come across hundreds of cases where employers dismiss their employees without any justification. Those employees are languishing for justice for 10, 20, 30 years.
It's a different issue.
No, it's not. People can come here and say that force the employer for a settlement. Why not? I can say pass a decree under 142.
I think that's an issue of how to expedite this huge areas and it needs. I'm always legislative challenges. It's a challenge to the legislature to debate it out.
Not only, but it's a challenge to us as an institution.
That is why I put it to Mr. Simbal that since he occupies another position also, but he says it can't be done there.
Lord, also law minister once, a very not successful law minister. But not as
He
an
was not there when she attributed to him that he should have done it as law minister.
Lord, I must say, Lord, as an institution, both Lord, the bench and the bar, we both owe our citizens, Lord, speedy justice. Undoubtedly, we both owe. And your lordships have much greater responsibility because be sure that executive is not going to come to your head. It is only internal, Lord, introspection that can be.
Whenever sharpening introspection takes place,
Yes.
no, you have a wide experience. Nowhere in the world, as far as I know, are these volumes of litigation in courts. The government is more than a 50% litigant.
So,
No, how many? I mean, I'm not the extreme stages of a US Supreme Court. They decide about 100 cases a year. But I would like to know any other court
nobody,
is
nowhere.
even able to deal with a fraction of these cases. The larger side, I used to tell once a team of foreign judges came and they sat with us on the bench when I was in the High Court. And I said, give them this dispute about direct recruits and promotees in the judicial service and let them sort this out in 1 year. You give it to them. How many judgments have come? How many views have been propounded? Some of these are perennial disputes which don't sort out.
But Lord, with 140 crore people, our per capita ratio of judges is perhaps the lowest. The executive is not interested in it. Rule of law is failing on people are losing
Fear
faith.
the scrutiny also.
My distinguished friend Mohana rightly says now people don't want to marry, they want to have living relationship. That's out of Lord, it's not out of choice, it's out of compulsion because they know that if we do get married and if we do have to separate, there is no way we can separate. So Lord, it is a very serious social challenge.
It's this issue of how many tiers of scrutiny should a system have. Should a revenue tier of scrutiny, I keep posing on a lighter side this before the court, should we interfere in the 7th court, the 6th court? Were there a court above us, I'm sure 50% of our orders would also be overturned.
Your Lordship said once, we are final not because we are final, but because we are last.
Yes.
So if somebody was above.
So I think somewhere it has to be fixed as to how many tiers of scrutiny should a particular nature of litigation go through. All of us are fallible. There's no guarantee that what we say is right.
So Lord, now just see 25, Lord, for example, 25, 2 and 3.
Yes.
Lord, why does district court retain that jurisdiction? 25, 2. If the court is satisfied that there is a change in the circumstances of either party, at any time after it has made an order under subsection 1, it may at the instance of either party vary, modify or resign any such order in such manner as court may permit. Justice. Now once you have passed an order in Supreme Court, nobody has the remedy. Nobody can do anything about it. Same with subsection 3. So if somebody remarries and the order of alimony is required to be changed, what happens? So, what I respectfully submit that, the act is a complete code. It's self-contained. In every which way, this act, yes, the delay is not because of the act. Parliament has given sufficient thought to it. The delay is because of sheer pressure, sheer population.
That's a different,
That's it.
separate problem.
Therefore, not to short circuit and say that this court should exercise powers under 142, in my respectful submission, is totally uncalled for. And I, with all humility at my command, I respectfully submit that, your Lordship should not exercise powers under 142 in this. Those are my respectful submissions. Deeply grateful.
You were saying, what if the Supreme Court says something? Just find out the data of how many reviews and how many curative petitions every week are filed or every day are filed.
I agree with you.